Hi again. So last time I started the video by saying, how uncomfortable I was uh, making these videos, and I won't bring it up again, but I will mention it today just to talk about how spiritual masters throughout the years have said, anything that you do it as a meditation. When you're washing your dishes, do it as a meditation. When you're walking, do it as a meditation. When you are having a discussion with someone, think of it as a meditation. And so today I'm taking that wisdom and, considering this my talking meditation for the day. Um, and one of the great things I think about the media that we have at our disposal is that it gives us an opportunity for connection. And that is, one of the topics I wanted to talk about today was connection and how important it is. It's becoming very important for me personally in my spiritual practice to try and foster connection with other people and with nature. And the paradox that we sometimes face in this life is that we see ourselves as separate egos, and of course there is a real, separation between us. Some sages and mystics would say that that separation is an illusion, that we are actually all one, and that is this illusion of this earthly plane that causes us to think that we're separate. And people who have had, for example, near-death experiences or, deep psychedelic experiences, for example, will say that in those states they feel a tremendous oneness to the universe. And even when we look at a scientific level at what makes even this physical reality, that, if we were to take a microscope, for example, and go deeper and deeper into the atomic level, where does my skin begin and where does the air around it begin, becomes fuzzier and fuzzier as we get down lower and lower. Atoms that were once part of my bodily structure are now part of the environment and vice versa. So even on a physical level, we can kind of make philosophical arguments that we, our sense of separateness is somewhat at least fuzzy, if not kind of an illusion. Um, but I think on a real embodied level, where we do have separate egos, um, one of the great spiritual challenges of this life is to create connection with others. And I think our similarities greatly outweigh our differences. I think that's one thing to keep in mind when we have, all these divisions and difficulties and fights in our lives, is to remember that our differences, are smaller than our similarities. Again, even in a scientific way, um, you know, we share something like 98 or 99% of DNA with the apes, for example. And even bananas, I read today, surprisingly enough, humans and bananas share 60% of DNA. And if you take that, back to a human level, um, the cultural divides that we tend to focus on things that are different rather than things that are similar. But there are so many more similarities, And if we saw those similarities more and tried to create connection around similarities and differences, learning about each other's differences, then we're setting ourselves up not only for peace but for more joy. And of course, one of the great one of the topics that I explore the most on this channel is joy. And so I think connection between people is a great space for creating more joy in our lives. So I guess this is where my meditation has led me today. I didn't really come in with a script so much today, but that's in thinking about how nervous I was about doing this video, and the true purpose behind the video is making connections. So I'm glad that it came this way, and hopefully it connected with you in some way, and hopefully the future videos that we do here can start to create more connection and community within my small little sphere here. And yeah, so we'll leave it at that for today, and once again just try to remember the similarities between us, and to celebrate not only the similarities but the differences, and how we can create connection just by communication and an open heart. So that's it for today. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.